A
Cloud,
mortgage is a
you've spoken
unilateral
so
contract.
much.
It is a
You've
promise to
spoken
pay.
so much that sometimes you contradict yourself so much. I can't even point out how many times
If
you
you were
contradict
listening, you would
yourself.
know I didn't
Now, I've
contradict
been
myself.
listening to
You're
you
not
for
listening.
4 hours, brother. I'm a businessman
Obviously
just
not
like
intently.
you, and I
Obviously not
have a
intently
whole
enough.
lot of it. And I got to tell you something.
Yo,
There is nothing like,
hold on.
let me talk.
What's your?
You've been
I
talking for
wasn't
four.
done. You interrupted me, brother. I
Hold
No,
wasn't
on,
done.
because you've been interrupting
Let him
everybody.
get a thought in.
I wasn't
let him
done,
get it.
brother. I wasn't
Hold
done.
on,
Just so
Cloud.
you know, I wasn't done. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you go. But I wasn't done.
Okay, there is nothing like unilateral contracting business. And I'm going to give you one thing that you said right, but let me say the one that you said wrong first. There is nothing like unilateral contracting business. When you write a contract as the person that is hiring somebody, you are binded by the same contract that you wrote. Because what happens is that if there is any litigation that happens, right, you are bound by that litigation. Even though you think you didn't sign it, no, you wrote it, you signed it. It may not have your signature, and the other individual signed it, you are also bound because that's how you have a consequential.
Unilateral, my brother, means that the
Brother,
leverage is
there is
on
no,
one side. The
I'm
leverage
telling
meaning,
you, there is nothing like that in business.
if I'm the no, there is, because if I'm the
There
boss,
is none.
if I am the boss, can the employee fire me? But
And
can I
guess
fire the
what?
employee?
When you
Stop,
fire the
stop,
employee, no,
stop,
he
They
stop.
can
Can
cannot.
sue
I
you
fire the
though.
No,
employee?
he
They can
cannot.
sue
He
you.
cannot.
Sure, I can,
He,
depending on the contract.
They
but
Depending on the
can get
guess
in
contract
what?
I
trouble
You
give
wrote
them.
though.
the contract, right? But
Yes,
if you
depending
fire
on the
that
contract I
employee,
write.
right, out of misorderly contract, the employee will
That's
sue
if
you
they're
and
in
you
the
will
union, my
pay.
brother. That's if they're in a union. What are you
No,
talking about?
union or no. Okay, let me tell you something that is called civil case.
Bro,
Employee doesn't in Texas.
I've
Texas is not a
had
union state. I'm
employees
coming. I'm
sue
coming.
me.
Let me talk, brother.
You're making an argument that's
Texas
not
is
true.
not a union state, right? Texas is not a union state. If you fire somebody in Texas unjustified, the person will sue you and you will pay.
Oh,
Is a
unjustified. Unjustified.
unjustified. You
Is
still
that
have
what
to
we
justify. That is one mistake that people make when they don't know about a state that is not
they
unionized. Just like
they cannot
California is not a
Mm.
unionized. I'm coming, brother. Let me talk.
No, let's get back
California is
to.
not.
no.
California is not unionized. Texas is not unionized, but you still get sued. But let's go back to what we were saying. I got to
Bro.
say this to you guys when it comes to marriage, okay? In marriage, you don't need a contract to be in marriage. Yes, 100% correct. Clout is right. Contract in marriage doesn't go in favor of men. That is true. Contract in marriage protects women, not men. But other than that, when you get into marriage, some marriage, or what marriage requires to take place is vows. Take a vow with somebody. You don't need to go to court. You don't need to have contract. Take a vow, make an exchange vow between a man and a woman in the presence of other people. It becomes a marriage. The reason why I said this is because marriage in itself is a very good thing. It's good to have marriage, but also marriage is a dignity to a woman. When you are procreating with a man in his household and there is no exchange of vow, right? The woman has no dignity. The man has not dignified the woman. You don't have to get a court, you don't have to get a license for that, but you have to grant her marriage. There are different types of marriage all over the world, including the United States. There is court marriage, there is civil, which is civil marriage, there is church marriage, there is also traditional marriage. Traditional marriage doesn't require license, but what it does is that it takes away the tax benefit, which you guys have been talking about. You don't get a tax benefit, and the reason why United States grants license is for tax benefit purposes. You don't need to will your stuff to a woman. Just like Cloud said, you can write, you don't, no, if you pass away without will, the woman doesn't get any of your thing. But if you grant her a certificate, she gets your stuff when you pass away. But you can then add that to your will. That's how you bypass that. If you do that's a non-certificate marriage. But another thing again, like I said, is for the dignity of the woman. Living with somebody in the house without marriage doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help the man, it doesn't help the woman. And in the
You don't get to
United States,
determine my woman's dignity. That's the great part about it. She gets to determine her level of dignity. If she feels
but
dignified by being
but
with me, then she feels dignified. You don't get to judge that.
but guess what? No, we get to judge because we are humans. We judge you. Everybody gets to judge you. You don't make that rule. because
You
you
can't
don't
make
like it.
dignity is personal. Dignity is personal.
No,
If a
dignity
woman
is
doesn't
not
feel
personal.
like
Dignity
no,
is
absolutely is.
outward. If I say you don't have
Dignity is
dignity, bro, you
personal.
don't have dignity. You don't say you have dignity. I'm the one that qualifies if you have dignity or
I
not. You
can
don't
no, no, no.
qualify yourself for that.
I can only lose my dignity if I feel like I've lost my dignity. If I feel like you have
No,
not
no, no, no.
dignified me,
That's
then
not
I feel
true.
like I have no
That
dignity.
is totally lie.
You
Because
don't
guess
get to
what? A
choose whether I
criminal
have
can
dignity.
say I'm not a criminal. A criminal can say I'm not a
Oh my
criminal.
God.
Because to a criminal is not a criminal. But we, the one that says a criminal is a criminal. You are not a man of value if your peers don't say you're a man of value. That's what it is. You're nothing until your peers say you are. I don't know why you guys think you can just come up and make stuff up and then people should just take it.
Dignity,
No,
You're
a
that's not
wrong.
sense
how
of
society
pride in
works.
one's hold on. Dignity. I'm reading the definition of dignity. A sense of pride in oneself, self-respect. You have no
Exactly.
impact on my dignity. That is
So
what
you have
dignity
And
self.
is.
Kenny,
So
So
if
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 I
you
I
was
tell me
to
you
if
have
my
hold on,
self-respect and I say you
now
don't,
real
you
so
think
quick,
you do?
so
Kenny, you
so
think
if
I live
so
by
if I'm
your
with a
morals
woman,
and
hold on, let
ethics
me
as for how I see myself and what I do within this world?
I got to tell you something, Kenny, as a
for example, no, no,
businessman.
Kenny, no, no, let me
I'm
ask you
gonna
something.
answer you.
If
No,
a
I'm gonna let
man
me answer Kenny.
chooses to go, hold on, let me
Cloud,
ask you
let me
something,
answer
Kenny.
Kenny.
If a man chooses to go to clown school and becomes a clown for a living, has he lost his dignity?
Mm.
Now, if you
People
dress
will
up a man, now
He's
if
a
you
shitty
dress up a
clown.
man who doesn't want to be a clown like a clown, has he lost his dignity?
Yes, he
Okay,
has.
but a man who wants to be a clown, who is dressed like a clown, has lost no dignity. That's his
No, he
job.
has. No, he
No, he
has. You
hasn't,
know why?
because that is
Because
his
people will
job.
never take him. People will not take him serious. He's a clown. What
No,
are you
Oh,
talking
wait,
about?
wait.
only
No,
a man
all
who
right, hold
needs
on, y'all.
external validation would lose dignity based off what others think of him.
Nope.
I'm not one of
A
those
man
men.
that a man that
A
wants an
real
external
man does
validation
not
is a
need
man that
external
lives in
validation.
line.
We
A man
A
that
man
lives
that
in
needs
line.
external validation is what we call Simpson suckers.
No,
actually,
that's
Your
not true.
validation should come
That
from
is
hold
not
on,
within.
true.
Kenny,
I don't
hold
need to
on.
be validated by no man.
Actually, a person who is a clown and he wants to be a clown does need external validation as a clown. Because if everybody thinks he's a shitty clown and he doesn't get hired as a clown, then what? He's
Sure.
just the motherfucker that's
Now
dressed like
you're
a clown.
moving the goalpost. Now you're moving the goalpost to whether or not the clown is hireable or not.
But that
But
is a
we're
man. That is a man that
so,
needs
the
external
question was
validation.
No,
whether
you're
that man has
arguing
dignity, whether
competency
that man
at a
has
job.
dignity or not. If I choose to go to clown school and I choose to paint myself as a clown and I'm happy to be a clown for a living, I have not lost any dignity. If I'm forced to be a clown against my will and I don't want to be, then I have lost dignity.
Has a prostitute lost dignity because she likes
Common
being a
sense. What are we even
prostitute?
talking If she wants to be a prostitute, then no, because you can't shame her. If I call a hoe that
What?
wants to be a
What?
hoe, she doesn't lose dignity because she wants to be a hoe. Now, if I
She
call a
definitely
woman who
loses
doesn't want to be
dignity.
a hoe, a woman who doesn't want to be a hoe that gets called and treated like a hoe, that is a woman who has lost dignity. A woman who wants to be a wife that gets treated like a hoe is a woman who has lost dignity. A woman who chooses to go be a prostitute is getting her money. She's doing exactly what she wants to do, which is why when you call her a hoe, she won't even blink twice because she knows
So
that's what she is.
that's a
That's what she wants to be.
a
Get,
dignified
get,
woman.